we are here today to talk about an online tool which has been changing the way we learn and present things called Mentimeter. So my name is Chatri and my index number is 16, and I will be doing the introduction as to what Mentimeter is. Following that, Shanahara will be doing the second one, which is using role as to how Mentimeter actually works. And then the third part will be done by Anshula, which is Mentimeter for ELS, English language learners. And then the fourth part will be done by Sitamini, which she will be evaluating the pros and cons of using Mentimeter. And finally, Charita will do the conclusion. Right, so to start with, I'd like you all to look at this quote. It says, "Objectives require a student voice by J.D. Bhumikajan." So this conveys a simple idea that this conveys one of the major issues when it comes to communication. Does anyone have an idea as what it is? So the idea that is conveyed through this is that not everyone likes to speak up, isn't it? So throughout our presentation, we'll be talking as to how Mentimeter addresses this very issue by giving everyone in the room a voice. So what exactly is Mentimeter? In short, it's a Swedish-based interactive presentation tool which transforms a usual boring one-minute presentation into a two-way dynamic conversation with the use of live polling, quizzes, Q&A sessions, and many more. So Mentimeter's main target is to turn a passive audience, the people who are just sitting and listening, into active participants. It's an easy but at the same time engaging way to keep people interacting and to give real-time feedback. So how it works? So using Mentimeter is very straightforward, and I've broken it down into 3 key steps. So first is to create. So first we as the presenters have to create something new. So first of all, we have to log into the Mentimeter website, and to do that, so this is the home page that you'll get. So through that, we can start from scratch if we want, or we can upload a pre-existing PowerPoint, PDF, etc. and start adding interactive questions to it. So the next point, which is to interact. So the audience can join using a unique code through the Mentimeter.com website and start interacting with the questions we provided. So this is actually what our group did. So this is them answering the questions. So this is the presenter screen. So not the presenter, I'm sorry, the participant screen, or the audience sees, and this is what we as the presenters see. Moving on to the last one is the analyzing part. So the platform instantly analyzes the data which is provided. So as responses comes in, it's instantly analyzed, and the result is put so that everyone can see. So as you can see in this manner, the results are included. So using Mentimeter is very effortless and engaging at the same time. So I'll hand over to Shanahara, who will continue on with the presentation.
Thank you, Chatri, and hello everyone. I'm Shanahara Fernando, carrying the index number 24, and I will be discussing details on how to use Mentimeter as a tool. Since Chatri already briefed on about what Mentimeter is, I'll give a close look at how we actually use it in real time. So, I'll see starting with the presenter's side of things first. So, as a presenter, you are not just a person delivering a lecture, but rather a facilitator guiding interaction. So, first off, you will have to log into the Mentimeter website, where you can build presentations right from scratch, or even import existing slides created using tools like PowerPoint, Canva, or even Google Slides. Once the slides are ready, the presenter will be able to immerse in a variety of engaging elements available in the Mentimeter site, like multiple choice polls, word clouds, or even open-ended questions. So these elements aid the presenter to involve the students strategically at key moments in the lecture. And finally, it's all all about control. The presenter decides when to show a question, how to move on, and how to display questions or results. So once the session ends, the results can be downloaded, or the student responses can be downloaded and analyzed in detail, which is not only useful for assessment purposes, but when providing feedback and engagement as well. Moving on to the audience's perspective, one of the best features in Mentimeter is simplicity. You don't have an app to download or any complicated steps to follow. The audience just has to go to the site www.menti.com and enter the 6-digit code, the unique code provided by the presenter. Once everything is done, the students or the audience will immediately log in and everything will be done smoothly. Secondly, anonymity. Anonymity is highly valued by Mentimeter, so much so that all the student responses can remain anonymous unless the presenter thinks otherwise and requires the students' names to be present. So you see, obviously there are no students' names, snow or flower, completely anonymous. And moving on to the last one, which is inclusion. A sense of inclusion is created through Mentimeter because students will see their responses updated live on the screen, which increases their honesty and lowers their fear of judgment. And it also increases interest and simultaneously engagement throughout the session. Moving on. What makes Mentimeter better than the others? It would obviously be the interactive elements. For example, word cloud. Word cloud is a feature which promotes brainstorming ideas. So basically, when using word cloud, you can get a quick visual summary of what the group was thinking when brainstorming. Equally, quiz competition. It adds a game-like element. It adds a game-like element to the lesson, which makes it more fun and memorable to the students. And finally, pause. Pause help the presenter to quickly gain the audience's responses and understand the audience's level of understanding. Or they can, the presenter can even spark a debate among the audience. So overall, all these features prove one thing. It's not all about just providing information to a crowd. It's more than that. It's all about including all individuals in one and actually making them active contributors throughout the lesson. So simply, Mentimeter works seamlessly for both presenters and audiences alike. And as discussed, Mentimeter is truly a practical and versatile tool to use. So now I will hand it over to Anshula to discuss about how Mentimeter is useful for English language learners. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanahara. I will be discussing about how Mentimeter is useful in English language learners. So, according to this research, Mentimeter's role in English language learning, moving away from passive lecture format, it enhances the students' engagement and create the active learning environment. And also, as Shanahara mentioned use the specific language skills such as writing and speaking skills, and also Mentimeter used to increase the participation of shy and reluctant students to active learning environment throughout the lesson. Moving to the next slide. Do you know what is a classroom response system? In a classroom response system, teacher wants to evaluate how students absorb the knowledge and evaluate and give a feedback at the end of the lesson. So, Mentimeter can use as a valuable tool to this, and also it can use to enter to the topic or the lesson by using the word clouds. Moving to next, I will be talking about the main features of Mentimeter, how it supports the writing skills and the speaking skills. When we are talking about writing skills, we can use word clouds to enter to the lesson and create pre-writing and idea generation. And also, it creates students to engage actively in the lesson, which encourages students to participate and improve their language skills. Then, as an example, we can take this as a question which is given to students, and then they can give quick response to the question. Then teacher can give an immediate instant feedback by using the Mentimeter website, which creates engaging students engaged to the lesson. As well as when we are talking about the speaking skills, in the lesson, teacher wants to engage all the students to participate for the lesson and facilitate structured discussion. In the Mentimeter website, it illustrates in an online as well as a physical classroom, students and the teacher create structured discussion throughout the lesson by using the methods such as polls and Q&A sessions, and also using the word clouds. It can provide a feedback to students and create the learning environment into an effective learning environment. And also, when we are talking about the Mentimeter website to improve the speaking and writing skills, as an example, we can take word cloud as given in the question. Then a student can respond easily through these activities. Teacher can improve the teacher can give the instant feedback and improve the levels of learning through these activities. So this website encourages a student to participate and engage in the lesson. So now I will hand over the presentation to Sitomini to discuss about the positive and negative aspects of Mentimeter.
Thank you, Anshula. I'm Sitomini. My index number is 2. I will discuss strengths and weakness of Mentimeters, or pros and cons. Then, firstly I ask the questions. Even if we pare down, students get more involved. When can they get instant feedback? Yes, of course, it can it makes that's major things of the things. Then let's see the strength of the Mentimeters. First, strength of Mentimeter, user friendly, is both teachers and students is used to can use to main without training. It's example to some students can't use that before some tools. They can use it, they apply to some code and join on their phones and join to that's two. The second one is high engagement. This what's high engagement? High engagements now high engagement that phone, quizzes and word clouds tap to some passive lesson turn to in active experiences. Then high engagement of that some example. You in a ESL classroom. Teacher asks him to some questions waiting for one or two volunteers. Then they can't get the answers together. Then these Mentimeters can to get the answers together and they always increase the participations. The third one is versatility. Versatility, it works to hybrid, ESL and online classrooms. It used to teachers context. Then you think you in a ESL classroom, these versatiles can be demote their brain and increase their knowledge and sometimes research process can to engage to students. Then move our next slides. Weakness of Mentimeters. Do you think it has a perfect Mentimeters? No. Mentimeters is not perfect. It has weakness. Weakness. First one is pricing implications. It can't. It has pre-version. It has some limited pre-version. So pre-planned is with the number of slides questions. Some teachers make slides to their presentation. They can't to end of these slides because they haven't some pay. If you want some more than you pay to their premium time durations. Second one, release on internet connections. Not relies in offline classroom and places with not internet. Some schools connectivity is a barrier. Schools, rural areas barrier. Its phone is not Wi-Fi. You can't connect. You can't log in and answer to their these tools. Second one, potential distraction is a risk of this tool to weakness. Students may focus on device rather than lesson. Now you think you in these tools to class. Children go to sit to another app for social media. It's their focus is going to another day. Then classroom missing, their lesson is missing. Then we go next slide. To summarize, Mentimeter has pros and cons. Its pros is easy to use, engaging and versatile for different teaching contexts. Then cons are free version provides limited resource, depends on internet and possible distraction on the student's side. Then my overall evaluations is Mentimeter is effective to ESL classroom as long as teacher manage their time and student behavior carefully. I hand over to Charika.
Thank you, Sikamini. I'm Charika, the bearer of index number 9. As we come to our conclusion, let's take a reflect on what are the key takeaways of Mentimeter. The main aspects of Mentimeter is that it's transformed passive audience into active participants.
Right, okay, so group 5 you were talking about Mentimeter, another tool. So you, according to the given question, here explain what are the features, what are the benefits, how to use it and what type of a language tool is it. So with examples you explained it. So overall the idea or the main point was divided very well among the group members, and you all delivered the points with sufficient explanations and examples. So content wise it is good, but I really like if you have a little bit more depth analytically. True that you all talked about data, but in the chart, as far as I remember, there was no in-text reference in there, so think about that. But throughout there were several references used as well, so that is a really good point, and most of the things are in point form chart, right? So it was really a good thing. Right, no, there was a data analysis that was done by you all, right? Can I see that? There was not the illustrations and the other points given, the ninth slide. Alright, okay. That's the only one, no? You all have used. Alright, that is a picture I think taken. So wherever necessary, if there are numbers, you can think